Mohammad, welcome to the Leanpub launch video for secure Android design and development from app layer to HAL aligned with Android 15. I was wondering if you could take a moment to talk to us a little bit about yourself and about your book and what it's about and who it's for.
Hello, and thank you for your time and scheduling the interview. First, I will start t- introducing myself. I've been working for a long time in embedded area. I would say maybe from 12 years ago, I have been focused on embedded softwares in different industries, medical, automotive, telecommunication, and others. And almost from 4 years ago, I've been working on AOSP particularly. I mean, full time, more than full time, because usually I'm spending my spare time like in software, like other people who had enough motivation to spend time. And I've realized that there are lack of information and maybe some guideline for Android area, especially automotive. And it was the first motivation to start thinking about gathering some information. Uh, I started taking some notes, and after some time, I realized, oh my god, there are lots of information which I have gathered, and that's a time just organizing for myself. So, as a like senior developer, or afterwards a tech lead in that area, I was talking with lots of developers and people in the industry, and I was seeing that people don't have any guideline, any idea how to secure application. We have some information that we might, uh, give someone else in the communication, but in AOSP, especially system level development and security, you cannot find any good book or guideline or something that help you to design and develop. We have some good people working in pen testing. We have some good people working on ethical hacking, but not in secure development. Especially nowadays, you see that Android is everywhere, not just your phone. It's on your watch. It's in automotive, and when it comes to automotive, I don't wanna say that's scary, but it's not anymore about just your privacy. It's about your safety as well, and there are lots of regulation, and we can see that the market is going to provide and bring lots of application to automotive as Google announced. So I was thinking that we need to think about security like seriously. So I'm usually writing in my blog, and some people ask me, "Is it possible to give it as a guideline or something?" And uh, it came to my mind that writing article is kind of scattering data, but it was depend on my time. So I started writing the first version, which was free, but not published completely on my weblog. And then I saw Leanpub, to be honest, and I saw that lots of good others publishing their book, and there were lots of good books that I started like buying some of them, and it was a good opportunity. Especially, I was able to how to say structurize and organize the information in a way that I would like to give to someone like myself, engineer to engineer talking. And I didn't want to go with the market norms because publishers have some restrictions and like some standards, and you need to put everything in that frame, otherwise they might not be happy. But I wanted more flexibility to be, like a casual information that people like to read, that like to use it. So uh, it was published. Um, who could use the book? I would say everyone working on security, especially in AOSP. Part of the book is common ideas, guideline, and roadmap that will give you some insight how you can start or how you should start, from which point to what point you need to go and what steps you need to take. Uh, it could be software engineer at any level, junior, mid-senior, or maybe even senior tech leads, architects, or people working in cybersecurity, especially working with Android. When you are working on cybersecurity and you're a cybersecurity engineer, you need to understand the context as well. And it's not just about, high level rules or concepts. So I have tried to organize the book in a way that it give you, first of all, some ideas. Okay, how I can think about security when I designing the application. Security is not just a one-time activity. It should happen through the software life cycle from start to the end. And you see that I started with the cyber security or security design principle. And I don't want to start with software development lifecycle because it was, I think, boring. But I wanted to give them some idea. Okay, Android is using, for example, zero trust concept and how it's affecting the security in a whole operating system. Think about that. And there are some incidents that happen because of not applying simple security concepts. And then I followed two other concepts like input validation or sanitization, then thinking about attack and defense, how an attack might happen on an Android device, regardless of which platform or industry you are working on, and then give them a better perspective about Android security internal, that how Google tried to provide some features for you, and then provided some example. And one of the, I think, key points in the book is the practical examples. I've provided specifically one chapter that I think at least four good practical example are there that they can think, okay, I have a project, that's a definition. Now I need to think about the security. I need to go through threat modeling quickly. And it's kind of practical book, practical guideline. I cannot say that's totally comprehensive because it could go to 400. Actually, I've removed, I think, three chapters before publishing to not having, to not publishing, how to say, very heavy book. Try to just provide the useful information and then explain about the build system and other features. So there's a roadmap in the first chapter that if people start reading that, it's in the brief, if I'm not, and the roadmap and the big picture that I have explained how each step could affect the security, and in each step, what kind of information provided in the book could help you to have more secure product at the end of the story. Yeah. So it wasn't that much quick introduction, but yeah, I've tried to answer all the questions.
Oh no, that was a really great introduction. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. The way the project you're describing is sort of exactly in many ways the kind of perfect kind of Leanpub project. It's someone who's on the kind of cutting edge, but the cutting edge of practice, not necessarily in a lab. And it's a very real world practical examples and challenges that people face in cybersecurity. And as you point out, I mean, it's not just as it were just someone hacking my computer. It's our safety. In medical research, it's in medical technology, it's in our automobiles, the way they're run, the way they're managed, everything like that. And especially with potentially impending automation of driving and things like that, these things become more important. And also, and as you say, sort of putting all those things into the conventional book publishing timeline and structure, which is fine in and of itself, just doesn't match certain kinds of things. And I just have to note as well that like so many of the best Leanpub books and the best Leanpub authors are people who are like, oh, I just wish there was something out there like this. So I'm going to write it myself. And those are always the best books. The book is Secure Android Design and Development. Thank you very much, Mohammad, for being on this launch video with me and for talking to all of us today. And we'll see this out on social media and hopefully get a lot of readers.
Thank you. Just for information, you can see this book. I just got the, just for information, got the already published version of you from the Leanpub, and then send to like a printing service, and now I have it. So I would say that I enjoyed working with Leanpub.
Oh,
Yeah,
fantastic.
just as a feedback.
Yeah, no, that's
Thank you very
great to see.
much.
It's great to it's always great to see the books. People use our print-ready PDF feature to sort of export and then go make the books. It's I mean, we sell ebooks, but we help authors make print books using print-on-demand services as well because, of course, it's just a totally different and awesome thing to have a
Yeah, exactly. I have a good feeling about that. And thank you for time and for the platform.
Thanks.